Yeah, is it actually Radicoms? No. It might be Escher Labs from Dusk. It might be. I mean, all of Gloomwood's basically one giant level. Fallen Aces. It's probably something from Dusk. Yeah, it might be Escher Labs from Dusk. I think Escher Labs was the first time where we really showed people we could really fuck with your head. Even though nowadays by our standards it's kind of simplistic and stuff. Either that or E2M2 from Dusk, or like surprise, it's a horror game. Where you first meet the Wendigo in the dark and stuff that. There's a million levels. Like every level from Dusk is, basically could be its own answer. Probably not E3M9. Even though I love that level, that's the big gauntlet at the end. The giant wave-based blue level.
Yeah,
that
took me so long to do, but I
just
tried.
Jump off the side and make them in fight.
No.
That's the way to beat that level.
I was playing
exactly. Every time you jump off the side, you teleport back to the top.
Yeah.
So the trick is to just make them all in fight and then just let them kill each other.
I was doing it with controller, so I couldn't aim for shit. I was just running around. I was doing it on my Nvidia Shield with a controller on GeForce Now, so it was
Nvidia Shield, nice.
Yeah.
Just
so
each other. That's the way to do that level. Or
I didn't know that
E3M7, the flying level. That was really hard to do.
Yeah.
Medieval Tower of Light, E4M2. That whole episode 4 of a Medieval, the Sun episode, is the one I had the most input on. So those are my favorite levels. Gloomwood, the Hive's really good. The Gloomwood Hive, if you've caught up, the new Hive is really good. That's some of Dylan's best work. The Gloomwood research update's coming out very soon. What else? Ultrakill. Ship of Fools and Ultrakill. Might be one of my favorites. That one just got a big redesign. Some of the stuff from Layer 7's really cool because we finally started doing some really different stuff. Layer 8, which we're going to be showing off for the first time, finally, I think at the PC Gaming Show, is coming along really. That stuff's gonna. I can't tease anything yet because the Ultrakill fans will fucking, go insane. But it's really, it's gonna be a mind fuck basically. Like we had to write some all new systems and code to like make Layer 8. We're kind of running into the same issue where David did with Dusk, where we're like, we are running out of ideas for this fucking video game. We just have to start coming up with like crazy shit. So we've kind of hit that with Ultrakill. So Hakata, the stuff he's coming up with for Layer 8, it's really cool so far. It's some really cool enemies too.
Yes, love it.
Yeah, but my answer is usually Escher Labs.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, El Mugu of Cult asks, what's your favorite Argentinian food that you tried on your last trip there?
Is that Cult? Is that Cavalt, the game?
Yes, it is. Yeah, El Mugu's a
Cavalt.
guest as well.
Yeah.
He's been here a couple of times now. Yeah.
Yeah, I try.
Shout
I'm
out
so
to
out of
Amuku.
touch. There's so many boom shoots now, and I used to be really good at trying to like promote them all. But I mean, I'm a busy old man now, so now I just leave that to old Slim Brodsky, who manages to play so many goddamn shooters. Great, I just watch his videos now. I'm like, wow, there's sure a lot of boomer shooters. There's one the one he just did a video on. I might stream it tomorrow. The Megastructure one. It's called like Metal something. I just downloaded that.
Is it Metal Eden or whatever? Is that what it is?
Metal Garden.
Metal
Garden. Yeah, apparently you can beat it in 2 hours, and I was like, I'm in. That's my type of shit.
Yeah, I feel you though. Anything I hear in like, oh, you can do it 2 hours, maybe 5,
like,
10.
I'm like, that's what David's like specialized in. David's like, hey, I make these games now that you can beat in 1 or 2 hours, and they're like $5, and people are like, let's go. Hell yeah. Sorry. The question was, sorry, Mr. Kavolk man. I forgot the question. Sorry.
Favorite Argentinian food the last time you visited?
Yeah, so the asados for sure. The asados. Everybody was going off about the empanadas. I'm like, it's an empanada. I've had empanadas before. They're not the focus special. Choripan. I was big on the choripans, little baby chorizos and just like in a baguette. I was like, oh, those are good. I had some really good asados. At Augustin's house, for those of you who are familiar with Augustin Cordes, who just released Asylum, finally, after like 15 years, he finally released Asylum. Holy shit, the guy who made Scratches. He had a really good backyard barbecue, and I was eating the choripans there. Probably just the meat, man. In Argentina, man, they got the meats. I left that country with the meat, for real. Yeah. So to answer, the question, probably, Jody Pop.
We got Brett Erickson,
Yeah, sure.
who's wanting to know when more Blood West.
When more Blood West? We're coming out with a patch, very soon. We just put out, we put out Dead Man's Promise, so we've put a couple of patches out for stuff. We've added some stuff. The next patch is adding a bestiary finally, like a codex, so all the notes you get, you can finally
Very cool.
look at all the things. You could stare at the Annabelle drawing for as long as you want. And then, and then we're also, achievements finally for Dead Man's Promise. Sorry, that took us a while. That'll be the next patch. Steam Deck verifications in the next patch.
Nice.
Finally,
Nice.
It's always the text. It's always the fucking text. Valve comes back, hey, your text is too small. You can't read it on the screen.
Seriously. Okay, that's
I
hilarious.
can read it on my ROG Ally. Steam
you
Deck,
go.
but better. It's so funny that people are like, I'm sorry, I can't use the ROG Ally. It's too complicated. And I was like, what do you mean? And that's when I realized that this is the X, by the way, way better than the original one. The battery life is like so much better. Shout out to Stu's. They sent me that one for free. Not an ad, but they did send it to me for free.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? Battery life was better. Blood West, Steam Deck verification. But yeah, and then I realized kids don't know how to use Windows. That's why they're so confused by they only know iPad and Switch and console. So like having to move around on a desktop and a mouse is like a totally alien experience to them. And I was like, oh,
Wow.
Why does this PC have controllers?
Yeah, I mean, I guess the Steam Deck does make that a bit more accessible
Yeah,
because
because
they set it up like Steam.
It just launches, Steam big picture and stuff. And I'm like, you could do that with the Ally, but literally just setting up Windows and having to like click is like freaks them out. And like, let alone having to move files around. I remember like
Shit.
trying to tell people how to mod games. I'm like, yeah, just drop this in that file. And they're like, I don't open the file explorer. What? I might break something. And I'm like, I didn't tell you to go into your fucking System 32 folder. I just told
Holy
you to like
shit.
open your hard drive.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. Like I grew up with DOS and shit. Like I still remember how to use my file directory to open like wolf3d.exe and shit
Yeah.
like that. CD / to go back and blah blah blah. All my basic commands. So nowadays kids like not even been able to use a graphical user interface like a mouse.
Mhm.
It's too complicated.
Like that commercial ages ago.
Amazing.
They only know tap on screen. It's like it's not. I don't want to be a boomer and be like, oh, it's sad. The kids these days. It's just not what you grow up with.
Yeah.
When I grew up, we didn't even have the internet. We had to take classes to learn how to type. Typing was not a thing that you did. People wrote everything by hand. Still, we learned.
I remember those
now
days. Yeah. Yeah, we've got Martin Mercenary. He's asking what your favorite collaboration is you've done for New Blood.
Collaboration. Oh, but the last question was more Blood West Wet. I forgot to say. After that, we are adding New Game Plus. I finally
Nice.
convinced the Hyper Strange guys to add New Game Plus
That's cool.
to Blood West. Favorite collaboration. I don't know. The King Gizzard thing was pretty great because I'm a pretty big Giz head. So getting King Gizzard in Ultrakill was pretty sweet. Also Health, Johnny and those guys are buddies of mine. Favorite collab, yeah, I like doing the music collabs because I love my musics. So I would say, yeah, let's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard being an Ultrakill was
That is such a mouthful, and I love it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
If you're not a fan of the band and you're an old school rock guy, trust me, check out King Gizzard. There's a reason they got such a crazy big fan base and play like stadiums.
Thanks for that.
They fucking rule. All the good music's coming out of Australia these days.
The last question is from King Jiffy Coates. Yep, that's the whole
Gizzard.
thing.
Yep.
He's here.
Shout out to Mr. Coates.
Former guest.
What do you look for in regards to putting the New Blood name on it? Or is it just any game that makes your balls tighten?